Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. What's how can I help? How have you been since I saw you, what, 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago.
Uh, yeah, like almost 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
good. I have been thinking a lot. I think that's like the main thing, really. I can't stop thinking.
okay. All right. Oh gosh. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay.
Oops. Oops. I forgot to silence my phone.
It's okay.
All right. You can't stop thinking.
Yeah,
So the question is, do you want me to give you another reading really fast and then we talk about your thoughts? Or do you want to talk about your thoughts? What would be most beneficial and most supportive to you right now?
I guess like, is there anything that you want to say?
Anything I want to say. I feel like um you're on I feel like you're on like this train, right? And it's plowing through beautiful lands. You've seen some rolling hills, you've seen some mountains, you even looked at the ocean. You're like, look, there's it goes the ocean, right? But the train doesn't stop. So you can't get off, you can't get off and go explore these things.
Mhm.
So I feel like the thoughts have been coming in fast for you. And it feels like you have one and then you have another one immediately right after that. And you can't even process the first one before the second one comes in. And then the third one comes in. And then you're like, wait, what was I supposed to do with 2 thoughts ago? What was the thought 2 thoughts ago? Because that was really good and now it's gone. And then
Mhm.
you're like, I feel like it's almost become racing, but the racing thoughts are they're not your normal thoughts. These are not thoughts that you had before. They're like kind of new, and so they feel like you're standing on. Have you ever gone to Europe and gone to gone to the drugstore in Europe? Have you gone to a drugstore in Europe?
Um, it was a very long time ago. And I barely remember like what it was
What?
like being in Europe.
Being in Europe. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever gone to Okay, so when I went to Europe, I went into the drugstore and I was like, this all looks familiar, but
Mhm.
I can't tell what anything is.
Mhm.
It's like there's lots of
Yeah.
little packages.
It's the same, but it's different.
It's the same, but it's really different.
Yeah.
And if it's in a foreign language, you're like, I don't even know if this is like a tube for like toothpaste or if this is a tube for like ointment or if this is like embarrassing. Like I don't know what I'm holding right here.
Mhm.
Right? So, one of the things you can do, and this might sound really weird, is you can ask for the thoughts to slow down.
Okay.
You can ask your team to be like, hey, this is more than I can handle. Can you like slow your roll for me?
Okay.
The book I told you about, the Tiny Awakening Manual by Isabel Zimmerman, tells a story about how when things get really hard, she just asks her team to like, can you just stop? Give me 30 seconds, repeat. Just like, give me a
Mhm.
minute. You may want to say five, be bold, right? Can you
Mhm.
just give me 5 minutes of break? Because I know what you're doing. I understand it's big. Understand there's something important going on. I understand you're changing me fundamentally, but I need some reprieve as a human being. Will you please give me 15 minutes to just
Mhm.
be? And then this can pick up again. Just give me 15 minutes to break this so that I can cope and watch what they do. Because
Okay.
their aim is not to hurt you. Their aim is to get you leveled up. The problem, not problem. It's not a problem, but it's a problem. It's a problem for us in humanity. It's not a problem in reality. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
The problem is not a problem is that I awoke, like, did this awakening thing that you're going through when I was 20, which was 30 years ago. And so it was nice and it was hard. It was painful. I cried a lot. I felt like I was out of orbit. I felt like I didn't belong on the planet. I felt like I was a weirdo. I like couldn't keep friends. I didn't know who I was. I felt completely bonkers. But I had a long time to process through that. Like a
Hmm.
really, really long time to process through that, right? I was like, it took me 30 years to be like, oh, I can come into my own skin and I can do this publicly and it'll be just fine. Nobody, who cares if people think I'm weird? Like, it's great, right? Um, for you, unfortunately, for anybody who's waking up right now, the time frame on the wake up is a lot faster.
Hmm.
So where I got like a slow oven at 250, right? You're in an air fryer,
Ooh, I like that.
right? Anybody who's waking up right now is in an air fryer because the time frame needs to happen fast because there are people who've given timelines on it. I hate giving timelines because the second you get a timeline on something, you grab onto it. You're like, seriously? You're telling me the planet in 2030 is going to be like amazing and there'll be dragons, there'll be fairies, and there'll be like all this other stuff flying around and we won't need money and like, right? Like we're going to be a completely different society where we're not going to look like this anymore. We won't be in houses, we're going to be in communities. Like everything's going to be different in 5 years. That's what you're saying? Like that's what you're saying because that's what everybody else is saying if you're listening to any of the other people who do the kind of work that I do. And
Mm,
I don't like saying it's going to be 5 years. One, I haven't gotten it from my team. And two, if I did get it from my team, I'm not going to get it from my team because they know I'm not going to believe them anyway.
mm,
Because they've told me too many time frames. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, I don't believe you.
mm.
Right? Like I'm still single. The guy was supposed to come in back in September. Back in September. That was 6 months ago, and I'm still single. And I'm still like, really? I'm gonna meet him any day now. And they're just like, any day now. And I'm like, I've heard the word he's imminent.
It's imminent.
It's
Oh my
imminent.
gosh.
And I'm like, I don't even believe imminent anymore because that was 2 months ago.
Mhm.
And,
That
and
makes sense.
imminent for me means like, tomorrow,
Hmm.
next week.
Yeah.
So I don't want to give a time frame on that, but I will tell you that the people who are waking up now have to do it quickly. And because they have to do it quickly, it's super uncomfortable because we just stuck you in an air fryer instead of a slow oven. We've turned it up to 500 degrees. And we told your skin and your psyche and your hair and everything about you, your all of your molecules and all of your brain synapses catch up in the air fryer. That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of am the thing you said about like time, like to me, time isn't like I have this issue with like words. Words don't like fully grasp what I'm
Mm-mm.
trying to say.
Hmm.
Whether it's I don't know what the word is or the word that I'm using like doesn't fully represent what I feel.
Hmm.
So like I feel like this whole like especially today, like I'm not going to be able to say like exactly what I mean, but like I can
So hold
like
on.
I hear it,
I
but
want you to, we're going to do something. Are you ready? I want you to drop down into your heart. So I want you to like imagine, like are you comfortable? If you're comfortable closing
Mhm.
your eyes, close your eyes. And I'm going to do this too. So we're going to do this together. And I want you to drop down into your heart, which means I want you to kind of look down into your chest. And I want you to look at your heart area where your heart is. And I want you to connect to your heart's energy, right? This is an Isabel Zimmerman technique. Connect to your heart's energy. And now this is where Kim Beam comes in. And I'm going to say, I want you to like hand me some of your heart energy, and I'm going to hand you some of mine so that you take some of mine and I take some of yours so that we are connected. Do you feel that?
I guess I don't like hear it. I feel like
Okay.
I need to hear
No,
something.
no. No, don't try and hear it.
Okay.
Drop out of your brain just a little bit and drop into your body. Because I can feel it. I can feel your heart energy and my heart energy connected. I can feel it.
Like physically, like
It's in,
oh,
it's
like
like,
feels like a weight.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Can you feel
It
me
feels
playing
like a
with it?
weight.
Does the weight shift when I do this? Do you feel that?
I feel like a circle.
Yes. I want you to look at what my hands are doing. Go
Is
ahead. Open your eyes
is
and look
that
at
what
my
you were
hands.
doing? Oh my gosh.
Okay, you
I'm
feel
not looking
that?
at my eyes. Is that okay?
Yeah. Yeah. I was doing this with my hands.
Wait. I felt like a circle, like I could
Yeah.
like
hmm I'm taking the energy and I'm swirling your energy and my energy together.
okay,
Okay.
okay.
Feel how that's different? You're not hearing anything, you're feeling it.
No, I can feel like a pressure.
Yeah. Is it uncomfortable?
No.
Okay, good. I want to make sure it's gentle, right? Now, do you feel less pressure? No, so funny because you just said you feel pressure, right? Do you feel less pressure about your words?
I think what is getting in the way is like I can feel like my mind and then like here.
And they're
Like
not
it's two. They're
two.
not connected.
That's awakening. That's
Okay.
awakening. Where you allow. So I'm going to tell you a quick story. When I came awake inside the church.
Okay.
And okay. And I don't know if you know anything about the church. I don't know if you know anything about, Christianity or like charismatic Christians.
I was raised Catholic.
Okay, so you're raised
So
Catholic. So
yeah.
you know in the Bible at some point Paul said that everybody could hear everybody speak in everybody else's tongue. Like when the Holy Spirit came down, everybody was able to hear the language of their own word, like
Yes, yes,
hear the
yes,
gospel in their own language, even though the people there didn't speak the language they spoke.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
It's called the gift of tongues. And
Okay.
I was like, I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna figure out how to have the gift of tongues. Like it's for today. Like if the gifts back then of healing and like all those things could happen, then the gift of tongues can happen today. And I'm gonna grab onto it. Took me 2, maybe 3 years driving in my car by myself, going, okay, we got this. I got the car. I got the standard, like the manual transmission. I can drive a manual transmission. I can get the gift of tongues. But anytime I would feel it bubble up inside my body, my brain would take over and go, ooh, what are we going to say? And then poof, the balloon would empty. And so it took me years to help my brain step aside and then allow my body to be present. I think one of the things they just said, I heard them say that'll be really good for you is meditation.
And that is so like I've been told so many times, oh, you gotta meditate, you gotta meditate. Like I think there is something that is blocking me that prevents me. And I've been trying it recently since you told me to
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
meditate. Like I've been trying. It's not like I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna do it. I try.
I have to say I don't remember any recollection of telling you to meditate. I also heard them say she needs your book. Did I give you a copy of my book?
No.
Crap. Okay, when we're done, you're gonna email me your address and I'm gonna mail you a copy of my first book
Oh,
called
okay.
Walking Courage. Okay.
I'll just buy it to support you. I want to support you.
So Walking Courage, and I think Dancing in the Light, both of them, they're on Amazon, have recorded meditations that way you don't have to do it.
Mm,
You can just listen to it. Because at first, meditating is extremely hard, and if you're doing it on your own, your brain is like, this is dumb. What the hell are we doing?
mm,
And so I might give some mindfulness-based stress reduction, like, approved double research, blah, 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 like
mm,
scientific, right? This is the way you're supposed to meditate to get the effects. And I think I do some meditations that are like spirit-led for me, where I'm like, this is how you drop fear. This is how you find your way. This is how you know where you're supposed to go. That's in
mm,
the beginning of Walking Courage. And then Dancing in the Light is a guide to awakening. It's pretty much where you are, right? It's like
mm,
how do I connect to my higher self? How do I turn my brain off? How do I accept what I'm seeing and not seeing?
mm.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. That would, I am interested in that. So, okay.
Okay. Now that we've done the Kim Beam, I'm going to give you everything. Is there something else I haven't touched on that you need?
I remember you said, that you said that I was sick. I have been sick. I've been sick for months.
Mhm.
Like you told me that the first time I met you. And I was like, what? How did
Okay,
she?
so let me just back up and say for the audience who's hearing this, right?
Yeah.
I was filming my TV show, The Intuitive. That's the working title we have right now. And
Martina.
Martina, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
That's
Martina
okay.
walked up to me and I actually walked up to her and was like, "Ooh, can I give you guys a reading?" And you were like, "Yeah." I don't think your sister was like as into it as you were.
She wasn't. I was. I was
Yeah.
like, yes. And I looked at her and she was like, we're not about to do this right now. And I was like, no, you don't understand. There must be a reason why she came up to us. There, out of all those people that were walking on the street or wherever in the park, like
Hmm.
she came up to us.
Yeah.
So yes, continue.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes, exactly. So your question is, how did I know you've been struggling physically?
Mhm.
My team, like, because I'm connected to them. So there's a bunch of people who talk about this. And every time you get a metaphysical person in the room, they're going to say a different word for this. Chris Duncan and Joe Dispenza call it the field. Esther Hicks calls it the vortex. Um, there's a guy named David G who's a meditator. He calls it the sweet spot, which I totally get because it does feel like you're in that zone that just like
Mhm.
where everything just feels like you can't make a mistake, right? And that's in meditation you can find it, right? It's a meditation thing.
Mhm.
And so it's the super conscious basically. It's like your team, right? Your team outside of your ego, outside of everything else, your spiritual team hangs out on a plane you can't see above you. Like that's just it's the way, I mean, they could be standing next to you, they could be under your feet,
Mhm.
right? It doesn't really matter where they are in space, but it's easier to imagine it up above you because my team hangs out above me, which
Mhm.
means my team is roaming around. It's like when I was in Forsyth Park, right? My team was roaming around looking for people. And their team was looking around going, "Come up to us, talk to us. Yes,
Mhm.
yes, yes, we need you. Come here." Right? Like, so there was a connection probably energetically above before there was a connection below.
Mhm.
Right? And so when that connection above happens, I then get information because I step into your field and I'm just reading your energy field.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. I will also say part of my cleaning up my energy field meant that I had to stop eating American wheat. I had
Mhm.
to stop eating American sugar, and I had to stop eating American dairy,
Mhm.
which makes it impossible to go out to eat.
Mhm. Yeah.
I'm more than annoying. I'm annoying to myself, right? Like, but if I'm going to be able to do this work and support you in your struggle and say, I can hold space for whatever it is you're bringing, I can hold space for your racing thoughts. I can hold space for your confused heart. I can hold space for anything you're bringing to the table. If I'm going to be that person, this needs to be extremely clean.
Mhm.
And that means I need to be like not in like what is it when you eat something that annoys you, but what is that word?
Like the phobia,
No, 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 not the phobia of it. The like you eat it and then you become irritated. Like your system becomes irritated, right? And then there's like anyway, I need to be clean. It needs to be mapped up and wiped up, right?
hmm
And so as you're going through this and you're leveling up, you may find that things that were okay before are no longer okay. And that includes friendships, that includes movies, includes music, that includes like everything gets a clean out, unfortunately. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Everything gets a clean out.
hmm I think I have realized things that no longer serve me, I don't want to hold on to.
Yes. Congratulations. It is so hard because we hold like attachments to stuff.
hmm
We attach, and then once we're attached, to let go is a loss.
hmm
But for you to say, you know what, I'm gonna unhook my attachment and then it just floats off. It makes it a lot easier. But it becomes harder, and I'm seeing this, I saw it, in that you have a sister. We've already mentioned your sister, right? We've mentioned that you have a sister. We didn't.
Twin sister.
Yes, yes, there it is. Thank you.
Everyone. Yeah.
Twins, right? You have a twin. And so there are things that the two of you do together regularly that if you stop doing those things, she may feel left out
Hmm.
and she may feel rejected and she may feel some kind of way because you're not twinning with her the way that you twinned before.
Hmm.
And so you may have to find new ways to twin with her so that she feels supported while you're doing your thing, if that makes sense.
Hmm. And it's funny because when I was on that trip with her, I was realizing those things, like
Hmm.
things that I knew, like things that I need to do to, like what you said, help her or, you know, I just lost my thought. But I
To
think,
connect with her and to make her
yeah,
feel supported.
yes. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Do you feel supported right now?
I think this conversation is supporting me a little bit.
Good.
Yeah.
That's yeah, that's what I was asking.
I don't think there's like a person, or no, I have people in my life, but I don't think there is someone that is understanding what I'm thinking right now.
Mm-mm.
I
Okay,
think,
so I'm going to reach out to your team. We're just going to ask your team because this is sort of what prayer is, right? This is sort of what prayer is. So one of the things I struggled with when I came into this work is like I'm flexing the same muscles I flexed when I was in Christianity to do
hmm
this work. And I was like, this feels too much like the structure of faith.
hmm
But the thing is, faith gets distorted by like structure and power and control. And so we're walking out of that structure and power and control and taking ownership for it ourselves. So I'm simply giving guidance. If this doesn't work for you, this is a model. You get to decide if this model works for you. And then you get to be like, I'm going to do this or I'm not going to do this, right? But I'm going to say, hey, team, she needs supports. I need you to bring people into her life who are going to be alongside her, who are going to pick up one arm and pick up the other arm and help her and carry her when she needs to be carried. And she will carry them when they need to be carried. And it'll become like like a rope, a rope that's twisted around itself in strength, right?
okay.
And you need those. So you just get to keep looking at your team going, I need my people. I need you to send me my people.
hmm
I need you to send me my supports. I need you to send me the supports.
hmm
And I'm open to seeing them. Obviously, you're open to seeing them because I walked right up to you
hmm
and was like,
Yeah.
"Hey." So you just need more of that in your age bracket, and not necessarily your age bracket necessarily, because I will tell you, um, I one of my best friends in learning all of this was 20 years, 30 years older than I was.
hmm
Right? And I didn't care. I didn't
hmm
care that he was married. I mean, I cared that he was married. They took me into their house. I lived in their house for a while. Like I didn't care, right? I needed to learn and I needed to know what I needed to know. And I will never stop being grateful to those people. That couple specifically, I will never stop being grateful. He has since crossed over to the other side,
hmm
and I will never stop being grateful to them for the support and love they showed me. And the constant do you get a yes on that or no on that? Right? I would look at him and I'd be like, blah, 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 blah. Do you think this is the guy? And he'd be like, don't ask me, I don't know. And I'd be like, no, 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 you have to tell me. And he's like, because the answer was always no. The answer was always no. And so one of the other things you can do, I'm going to do this with you now, is I want you to, now this might be hard because you're going to be looking to hear it. I'm going to ask you to not look to hear it.
hmm
Okay? Don't look to hear it. I want you to feel it. Have you ever done muscle testing? Have you ever heard of muscle testing?
No, I haven't.
Okay, great, because then this will be brand new for you. So,
Okay. Get
what I
ready
want you
for
to
it.
do, What I want you to do is I want you to ask, can you please give me a yes? And show it to me in my body. Can you show me what a yes feels like inside my body? You might move forward, you might move back. Your throat, for me, my throat gets tight.
It was weird when you asked it first and I thought it in my head. I felt like an immediate like vroom, like
Yeah.
something just like
Open, wide open space.
like I felt it.
Yeah. Okay. Now, can you show me what a no feels like?
I think I felt it in my stomach.
Okay. Let's do it
Okay.
again. What does a yes feel like? Did you feel it again?
The same thing.
Same thing. What does a no feel like?
Mm,
A little hazier?
yeah.
Okay. You met me in New York. Where did you feel that?
I just got confused. I didn't feel anything. Wait, okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
Ready? Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to say a bunch of statements and you're going to
Okay.
tell me where you feel that in your body. Ready?
Okay.
Okay. You met me in New York.
I don't know. I didn't feel it.
Okay. You met me in Savannah,
Yeah, I felt like the
the open. So if it doesn't feel that way, it's a no.
okay. Got it. Got it.
And maybe eventually, and this is also where hearing will come in. Eventually, you'll be able to hear a yes on that and you'll hear a no. But
hmm
this is like you got to get in your body because your body knows before you do, before your brain does. Your
hmm
body knows.
hmm
And so you're going to have pizza for dinner tonight. Did you feel anything on that?
No,
You're
but
probably not
it
having
wasn't
pizza.
it.
You're
Yeah.
not having pizza for dinner tonight,
hmm
right?
hmm
Um, I'm trying to think if I know anything about you, where I could ask a question where I'm like, you do this for a job, and I know the answer is
I
yes.
was trying to think like, what have I told her already that she may or may not know about me,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't
Um,
know. Yeah.
yeah. I think I'm gonna say you work in the helping profession.
I work in customer service. I'm a server and bartender. So
Okay.
I consider my job helping people to a capacity, not
Right. So
like,
what do you feel on your body when I say you work in a capacity where you help people? Or no, what I say you work in a helping profession is what I said. Does that feel like a yes or a no to you?
yeah, I can feel it a little bit.
Okay, good, 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 good. Now we're getting into the gradients.
Okay.
You're getting a little bit of a yes. It's not a giant yes.
hmm
It's like, yeah, sorta, kinda,
hmm
right? When something is a really strong yes and no for me, my body gets pushed back when I do this.
hmm
If it's a no, I like, oh no, 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 right? Because I feel
hmm
it because I get pushed back hard. And if it's a really strong yes, I get pushed forward hard.
hmm
If it's not so strong, I get kind of just a tap in one
hmm
direction or the other, and I don't move very far. So there are gradients to it. And then when you start to hear, because you're asking to hear,
hmm
right? You're asking to hear. And because you're asking to hear, you will hear, right? It'll open. It'll open
hmm
slowly as much as you can handle, right? There's a lot of thoughts, and you've got to be able to discern which ones are the thoughts that count and the ones that don't. The ones in the front are the loudest. They're your ego. Those don't do a lot. There's the back still small voice that you don't hear very often. That's the one you're looking for.
hmm
Um, you also get into grooves and you begin to think your groove is true. Just ride your groove out. It's
Like
not
while I'm
necessarily
working or like
just,
in
like
my life.
in your thought life, you'll have a lot of grooves that you think are true because you keep hearing it or you keep thinking it.
hmm
Esther Hicks says a thought is a belief you just keep thinking.
hmm
That's all it is. A belief is just something you keep thinking. It doesn't necessarily mean it's true or not. You just keep thinking it. And if you don't want to believe it anymore, start thinking something else.
hmm
It's that simple.
Mhm.
Okay. Does that help you handle racing thoughts a little bit more?
I think what you said first, like asking just to like slow everything down. I think my issue is I have a thought and then I jump to the next one and I jump to the next one. I keep going and then I by that time I'm just like I can't listen to anything. I
No.
can't hear anything.
No. I also really sense that journaling might be fabulous for you.
Hmm.
Even though you have problems with word finding, if you can just like dump
Hmm.
the words you do have out, that'll clear up some space and you could be like, I don't need to remember this because I wrote it down.
Hmm.
And then I can move on to some other thought. I don't need to hold on to this anymore because I put it
Hmm.
someplace. Even if it's just an index card
Hmm. Okay.
or your notepad
I have
while you're
I have it
right.
right here.
Yeah. I mean, like the notepad at work, right? Where you're like, you're supposed to be like taking people's orders,
Yeah, I
right?
could. Oh, yeah, you
Like,
want a chicken? Oh, what what should I be feeling right now? I don't know.
yeah. Like you have a thought and you're like, oh, I need to get this thought out of my head. And you might go to the back and be like, flip it to the back and like write it down. And at the end of the night, you take that one sheet and you stick it in your journal. You're like, here's tonight's
A good
order.
idea. A chicken, a steak, and existential thoughts.
Exactly. Existential crisis thoughts.
Yeah, that's funny.
And I don't want the Brussels sprouts ever. Never, I never want the Brussels sprouts.
Uh, I think it's funny, like the things that you say and how I like how it connects to like my life. Like you just
Mm.
said Brussels sprouts, like Brussels sprouts. That like connected to me in some way, and like I had a thought, and then I was like,
Mm.
I don't know.
Yeah. And the way the Brussels sprouts came to me as we were talking, and I was like, what's something I would order? And they said Brussels sprouts. And I was like, I will never order Brussels sprouts. Right.
Yeah, 'cause,
And
I
so
mean,
then
like
I
I'll
said
just
Brussels sprouts out to you because it came in from them. And then I said it to you.
and at my restaurant we sell Brussels sprouts. Is that weird?
I
That's
mean,
just not like I just thought that was interesting. Like why you chose to say Brussels sprouts? Oh, because they told you to say Brussels sprouts. Now I'm thinking about Brussels sprouts. Oh, now it's connected. I sell Brussels sprouts at work. I don't know.
yes.
Weird.
Yes, and you're getting all those synchronicities, whatever
Yeah.
they are for you, because everybody has different synchronicities. Some people are obsessed with time. I'm not really somebody who's like super obsessed with time, but I have somebody in my life who is obsessed with time. And so when he sees all those numbers, he texts them to me. So I get like a train of numbers from him throughout the day. And I sometimes get like I keep my phone on military time because
Hmm.
I work per diem at a hospital and they're
Hmm.
military. So like for me to know what 8 o'clock is and that it's 2000 and how I think of 2000 is 10 o'clock because it's the right it's not it's 8 p.m.
Hmm.
instead of 10 p.m. So I keep everything on military time as much as I can. And so I'll see numbers that are like 15:15, which is 3:15.
That's my lucky number. 15 is my lucky number.
There you go. Or I'll see 1313 or 1331. And so
Hmm.
we'll text those back and forth to each other all day. If I
Hmm.
wasn't texting those to him, I probably wouldn't care about them,
Hmm.
right? But for him, it means that his spirit team is with him and that he's being guided and that that he's not alone and that doors are opening and it's like encouragement for him.
Hmm.
For me, it's the when I ask them a question, they give me an answer.
Hmm.
That's when I know that's how I feel supported. Like when I ask the question, they give an answer. And for you right now, you are being bombarded with synchronicities,
Hmm.
right? You like somebody says snail and then you see one,
Hmm.
right? Somebody talks about a red sports car that almost got into a car accident and then like you're standing there and a red sports car almost gets in a car accident. You're like, "What the hell?"
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
like one of the first ones, or not the first ones, but like when when you came up to us and you told us to pick a rune and my sister picked an owl and to me like the owl and the moon and like I'm a night owl Like that
Exactly.
is like my
It was hilarious to me that you picked the tree and it was your
yes,
sister's. You're like, oh
yes.
no, this is my sister's. Right
Well,
after I finished saying this thing
that
happens with sisters that
mhm,
like, especially twins, where like the reading kind of gets fuzzy because you two
mhm,
are so, your energy is so interconnected.
mhm,
Like you know when she's sick before she does,
mhm,
even. You're like, oh, I think you might be coming down with a cold. I need you to take some Dayquil with you when you leave. And
mhm.
she's gonna be like, what the hell are you talking about? And later in the day, she's like, why are you weirdly right?
Yeah. And she didn't want to believe it. And I told her, I was like, maybe like something, there might be a sign. I don't know. But there, it was right there. And that whole day we were talking about trees. And and then I pulled a tree and I was like, this is for her. Like it's her. It's so funny.
And did she see it? Did she get it? Or did she walk away going,
She didn't want to believe it. She
she's not there yet.
no.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And accepting people where they are is really important.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you
Oh
want to be
yeah.
accepted for where you are,
Mm-hmm.
the fact that she's not there yet, hopefully she'll get there,
Mm-hmm.
right? I think you're her door. That's what I'm seeing. I mean, you're her door.
Mm-hmm.
The more you do this, the more she sees how it's affecting you and how it's changing how you do things and the peace you're getting from it.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now you're not peaceful.
No, I wouldn't say I'm peaceful right now.
No,
Internally, no.
no, no. But now knowing what a yes feels like will help you be peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
Because at some point you're going to sit down and be like, is this job really serving me? And you're going to get that silence.
Yeah, I already get that silence. I just I just got it. Like I can feel it. I can hear it.
Yeah, nothing. You
Nothing.
got
There was
that.
nothing.
That's your no.
It went like so silent. And I live on a highway.
Yep. And so then you're going to be like, well, what am I supposed to be doing? And then that's when you're going to be like, do I do this? Do I do this? Do I do this? Like, what lights me up? What is exciting to me? What gives me purpose? What thrills me?
Mm-hmm.
What delights me?
Mm-hmm.
And then how do I make that happen? And if it's in your purpose, I will tell you this, if it's in your purpose, you will have doors open. Will they be the first doors that open? No. Will it be easily opened? Sometimes no. Sometimes they're going to be like, we're going to make you fight for it to show us that you really want it. And sometimes they're like, oh, you want to do it? Yeah, here's the door and here's the next door. And we're so excited. Let's just like roll out the red carpet.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't know which one it's going to be. And so sometimes people will be like, "Well, I had the job interview and I didn't get the job, which means it's a no, and I'm not gonna put myself out there again. I'm just not gonna do it." Right? And then it might be like, "Well, how do you know that wasn't the right place for you to work? It could have been a totally toxic environment and they were like protecting you from that."
Mm-hmm.
And so just because it's a no doesn't necessarily mean it's a no for forever or it's a no on the dream. It might just be you're on the wrong, like, uh, you're like on the right path. You're just not either at the right door, right? Or you've veered off and you're like 3 streets away from where you're supposed to be. You're so close, but not quite.
Okay. And like I just think about like what do I need to be doing? What do I need to like
Ooh, I heard them say stop being so hard on yourself.
I'm very hard on myself. I
Stop that.
yeah. I'm so hard on myself. I'm the hardest on myself.
Yeah. There's this book by this guy named Russ Harris called The Illustrated Happiness Trap. And he basically says if you take your brain outside of your body and you put it in somebody else's body, right? And then your brain starts to talk to you the way that you talk to you in this
Hmm.
other person's body, you wouldn't be friends with that person.
Hmm.
In fact, you might beat the shit out of them. They're really unkind. And so I'm going to encourage you to realize there's no reason to be hard on you. You really are doing the best you can with what you've been given.
Hmm.
And you really are doing a fabulous job. Humaning is not easy. There are pressures from everywhere. Money is a problem, jobs are a problem, gas is a problem, right? Housing is a problem, right? And then there's so much shame about some of the decisions you have to make in order to make ends meet. There's no, like, it's just, and if you start to compare yourself to somebody else, you're screwed. Because anytime you look at somebody else, you're going to put them in rose-colored glasses and make their life so much better than yours without any knowing any or all of the details. Because you don't pick up the bad stuff in that person's life when you're comparing.
Hmm.
You're only picking out like what amazing things are happening for them that you see. It's like watching the red carpet and think that everybody on the red carpet has a perfect life because they're on the red carpet, right?
Hmm.
And that's not going to be helpful to you.
Hmm. Okay.
No. And they really want me to say the only normal people in the world are the people you don't know very well.
Hmm. Yeah, I
Because the
guess.
weirdos are like when you go like, oh, that person's so weird. They're so weird because they're like you're in their stuff and you know what weird things they do,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you you're normal. And I'm gonna tell you that what you're going through is normal for awakening, the awakening process.
Mhm.
I'm so sorry to tell you. It's normal for the awakening process.
Mhm. Hmm.
Mm.
I wanted to tell you that I when I was younger, or not younger, like a few years ago, I used to hear my name being called,
Mm.
like in an empty room. I would hear my name, like a whisper, and it would only be once, and it would be like it could be like 20 days. I wouldn't hear from it again, and then like a year or like a month, like, and now I don't hear it, and now I'm just kind of like waiting for it. I'm like, when am I gonna hear it again? Because I kind of want to hear it. I want to hear what it has to say.
So as a licensed clinical social worker, there's a part of me that's like, okay, there's a fine line between like madness and awakening,
So I
right?
will tell you that there is schizophrenia that runs in my
Schizophrenia
family.
in the family.
Hmm.
Okay. And um there is like a medical scientific blah 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 for schizophrenia, right? Like there's but then I've also bumped into some awake people who say that schizophrenia is just too many wires are crossed in the
Hmm.
brain and they just need to be untangled. I don't know. I don't know. As a licensed clinical social worker, I would say medical treatment.
Yes, and that is a thing.
Yeah.
It is being worked on. It has been worked on for the past like 10 years. So
Yeah,
not like it's nothing that hasn't already been talked about.
right.
It's not like it's known to other people.
Yeah, yeah. Um, and I don't know if I told you this. I know I told somebody that day. I reached out to the head of psychiatry for the hospital system I worked for. He wasn't quite head. He denied ever being head, but in my eyes, I would be like, "Are you acting as head?" He'd be like, "Well, yeah." And I'm like, "Do you have the title?" He's like, "No." And I'm like, "Well, you're acting as head, so you're head. Whatever." Um, I told him my experiences of like hearing and seeing and all my stuff, and I'm like, "Would I just like laid it out for him?" And I'm like, "Are you going to 302 me or 201 me?" Which means in the state of Pennsylvania, that's when we admit somebody for being insane, basically.
Hmm.
I
You
said,
did tell me this, but you
yeah.
can.
I'm like, are you going to admit me? And he
Hmm.
was like, not at all.
Hmm.
He's like, I'm not. I'm like, okay, great, thanks. I appreciate it. Um, And so I would always check with your yes or your no,
Hmm.
especially so that you're not letting in voices that aren't your team, if that makes sense,
Hmm.
right? And so if you're hearing something and then you're like, "Ooh, I want to explore that," check with your team first and say, "Is this good or is this good?" And if you get a yes, then go ahead explore. If you get a no, then you'll know this needs to be checked medically,
Hmm.
right? Check with your team.
Hmm.
But oh, this is a weird, I can't, okay, this is not normally something I say. As we ascend and as we move forward, the people with special abilities that we have classified as abnormal in this 3D realm will not be limitations in the next realm. They will be gifts that will flourish.
Hmm.
People with autism and are currently nonverbal. There's a whole podcast. I haven't listened to it, but I know it exists. There's a whole podcast about how these individuals who are nonverbal on this plane are verbal on the field plane and are talking to each other across space and time.
Hmm.
And their parents are in connection with each other. And these nonverbal children are telling stories up on this plane that are coming back into the family non-verbally. I don't know how they get them, but they get them. And there's proof that these children are meeting across space and time as non-verbal entities because they have autism and they're working on a
Hmm.
completely different plane than we are.
Hmm.
We have labeled these people as like disabled and less than and needing supports when in reality they are doing things that we can't do. And so, what is seen as a detriment or a diagnosis on this plane that is a 3D plane will not be a detriment or a diagnosis. It will be a skill and a gift
Hmm.
when we ascend.
Do you think that there is like any gift for me? Do I have a gift?
I think you're riding on the edge of one. I don't know if I don't know if your body is gonna topple in or not.
Okay.
Does that make sense? I think you're like, you're on I don't want to say a knife edge because a knife edge like sounds bad, right?
Hmm.
Like, but maybe it's the roof, the top of a roof, right? Right? You can either fall on one
Hmm.
side of the house or you can fall on the other side of the house, right? I don't
Hmm.
know which side of the house you're going to fall on.
Yeah.
And maybe you can straddle both,
Hmm.
right? You're one of those people that'll be like, I see my brain wanting to go on this special way, but I know that in 3D that's labeled as bad. But when we get into a 4D and a 5D reality, you may want to be like, yeah, I'm going to fall over into that and I'm going to embrace that and I'm going to do these amazing things that nobody else can do.
Okay.
Yeah, I see you as somebody who's straddling both worlds.
I kind of feel like I have like one toe dipped into each
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
one, but
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly. Yep.
somehow I can't like reconcile or
Maybe you're not
make
supposed to.
it make sense to me. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I will say you're exactly where you're supposed to be.
Mhm.
And you're learning exactly what you're supposed to be learning, even if it doesn't make sense.
Mhm.
And your team has the safeguards on. My team has the safeguards on me. I know they do. When I was little, I saw two ghosts, saw them with my own Kim eyes, right? And I haven't, same ghost, two different places, two different houses, two different locations. I haven't really seen, maybe I saw a third one, but I haven't really seen any since I've gotten out of like college. And so now I'm ready. I'm like, okay, I'm ready to see the ghosts.
Mhm.
And they're like, Something flickered out of the corner of my eye, and I flinched and jumped, and they're like, "You're not ready yet." I'm like, "But I'm ready." And they're like, "Nope, nope, you're not ready." And so I
Mhm.
know those like training wheels and the safeguards and the gutters and the alley on the bowling alley. Like I know all those things are in place so that I don't go off the rails.
Mhm. That makes sense.
And so I don't go towing around into something that I know I'm not supposed to be towing around into because I know they're protecting me and when the time is right, it'll be right.
Mhm.
And maybe hearing for you would be too dangerous, and so they're not going to let you hear. And so getting into your body to feel them will be the way that they talk to you
Mhm.
because that'll be safer for you because they're not going to hurt you
Mhm.
and they're not going to do anything that hurts you. They're just not going to. They need you here for this time, for the purpose for which you came here because you came here for a purpose and they need you to do your purpose. So they're not going to let you float away.
Mhm.
And so, I mean, if you press into it enough, it will fall down, right? Like that's just the way things are. And then it will be unsafe. And they'll want to do it safely.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Anything else for you?
Um, when we were in the park, you mentioned boyfriends. Neither of us have boyfriends, but there is like someone that I'm interested in. I
Mhm.
wonder if that was like,
I was picking up on that person's energy.
yeah,
Yeah. It could also be the person who's coming in,
okay.
right? Because they come in energetically before they come in physically.
Mhm.
And you both have doors open to that person, your people,
Mhm.
whoever your people will be. You have doors open for that person.
Okay.
And so, because your door is open and your open light is on, right?
Mhm.
People will walk in and you get to decide whether or not they stay.
Mhm.
Make sure you're choosing somebody who's supportive.
Mhm. Yeah, based on like my past and people who I have been with in the past, I know what I need.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And don't settle.
Mhm.
I've recently realized that a lot of people are in relationships that they're in because they wanted something. They wanted
Mhm.
the security, they wanted a baby, they wanted a family, they wanted, right? They wanted the way the life would look with that person, even if they don't like that person, right? Yeah, the right reasons.
Mhm.
And those right reasons are your right reasons. Nobody else can tell you whether you're doing this right or not. What you're looking for is what you're looking for, if that
Mhm.
makes sense. And so I'm not saying it's wrong to be with somebody because you want a baby or you want a big house. Like I want to make that clear, right? Like whatever your reason is perfect in that moment.
Mhm.
But I'm also somebody who like I really just want people to be happy.
Mhm. Same.
Yeah. Yeah. Martina, it is lovely speaking with you.
Yes, it was so nice to hear from you again.
Yes. I'm so glad you chased me down and tracked me down and found
I did. You
me.
know what's funny? I when I looked up your name, I thought your last name was Bean, like
Oh,
a
yeah.
lima bean.
Like a lima bean. Hmm.
Yeah. Then I found a podcast and then I was like, oh, Bean.
Beam. Yes.
So
Moonbeam, sunbeam, laser beam.
yeah, there you go. All
Yeah.
right.
All right. Thank you so much. I love chatting with you.
Thank you. I had an amazing conversation with you.
Oh, thanks. And hang in there and you know how to get a hold of me.
Okay. Thank you so
Okay?
much. Bye.
Bye.